ho!
He looks splendid in red, but Greenwood is where this Santa prefers to go.
Merry Christmas.
It's a new way to illuminate your holiday. Wild lanterns at Woodland Park Zoo.
We just want to clean it up a little bit.
Don't let the joy of the season get you in hot water. We have a few simple tips to keep you safe.
This ladder is definitely the proper height.
These stories and more, next on CityStream. Hi, I'm Enrique Cerna. Welcome to a special holiday edition of CityStream from Winterfest at Seattle Center. A visit to this annual celebration is a great way to get in the holiday mood. The popular winter train and village always attracts a crowd. Plus, there are weekend performances on the main stage, ice sculpting, and an awesome exhibition of Lego models in Fisher Pavilion. More on that in a moment. But first, for those who'd like to visit with Santa, a trip to one Seattle neighborhood will bring you face to face with the jolly old elf. The Seattle Santa, as he's known, has been spreading joy for 15 years. But he's not only joyous, he's generous. As producer Chris Barnes explains, this Santa donates half his holiday earnings to charity.
There's something about the Christmassy time where a lot of people are just in belief, and that is special, and I think that is good. I'm a local Santa in the Seattle area. I've been doing the Santa bit for 15 years now. Ho, ho, ho! That is very nice, and that is a wonderful card, I have to tell you. How did I become Santa Claus, huh? I had a pal who was looking for a gig, okay? And so we decided he'd make a great elf. So on a whim, I ordered a Santa suit. Well, let's just say that being an elf was a little rough on him, so off he went. But I loved being Santa, and I just kept going and going. It started up by literally helping somebody who needed a gig to be their second, and finding out later that Santa, he's no second. Here we go. Here we go. So I have done some time in a mall, I have. But for the most part, the way I've built my career has been around working with some of Seattle's elite, some of the wonderful hotels as their Santa for parties and those kinds of things. And then I also do a lot of essentially Santa work for free or donation. Merry Christmas.
Are you excited to see Santa Claus? We actually just drove by and saw that Santa was out here, and so we pulled over.
Santa, please give this to someone who's going to end up famous and a world leader. Oh, wait a minute, that one's for you. Yeah, we're on our way to Mercer Island, where we're gonna go see the nice folks at Engel Volker, a wonderful real estate crew, and we're gonna go make some wonderful Christmassy smiles and pictures together.
All right.
Very good, very good.
We hired the Seattle Santa and Mrs. Claus because they are the best.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Well, hello, how are you doing today?
Well, they are the most amazing Santas and Mrs. Claus. I think they're the original. I think they're pretty close to the real thing.
Very good, everyone. Wow. So my deal is this. So I personally take half of whatever I am compensated in the season, and we give that away. One of the questions is, how do we give back, and what do we do? We've walked through Pioneer Square, handing out gifts to the homeless. We've this, we've that, we've all these different things. So this year we formalized a partnership with Mary's Place, okay? So one of the things Mrs. Claus and I do is we do selfies, right? We do videos, we do, visit parties, we do all kinds of things. So this year there's a lot of potential ways that people can give a little something to us that we can give to them. So when you're helping Santa, you're helping Mary's Place too. Mrs. Claus and I, we've been running together for a long, long time, and she is very wonderful.
I became Mrs. Claus by supporting the Seattle Santa, and we were gifted this wonderful costume by one of our clients. And that is when I truly embraced the role of Mrs. Claus. As part of the way we give back to the community, we set up on 76 in Greenwood every year. We're there for people in the community and those that drive from pretty far to come see us and get their Santa photo every year.
Okay, I will make a note and I will tell the elves how good you're being. We're so excited to be out in the open air this year. You know, last year we were in the snow globe, the big bubble, but this year we're doing it where we're out, where we're all kind of working our way back to normal, and we're excited.
I think one of the most special things about Christmas time, we get to bring happiness and joy to everyone that experiences us. It's really how we can give back to others.
And we will make him a wonderful toy this year.
I appreciate it, Santa.
His beard is real. So is mine, but his is brilliant.
Ho, ho! We appreciate you watching, and Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
Seattle Santa will be spreading holiday cheer in the Greenwood neighborhood through December 23rd. To find other places he'll be visiting, just go to his website, seattle.gov. Next on CityStream, for anyone who loves Legos, this is something you really need to see. CityStream returns from Seattle Center's Fisher Pavilion and a new attraction at Winterfest, one that is extremely popular with kids and adults too. If you love Legos, this is the place to be. This award-winning production, appropriately named the Awesome Exhibition, features nearly 40 large-scale Lego creations. So much to see, including an 8-foot-tall, 660-pound orca. There's also a life-size Harley-Davidson and a NASA rocket towering 25 feet. And specially made for Seattle, a replica of the Space Needle. More than 1 million Lego blocks were used to create all this. And if you'd rather build your own creation, no problem. There are special Lego building stations to do just that. The Awesome Exhibition is here through January 16th. For more information on hours and tickets, go to awesomeexhibition.com. Another Winterfest favorite that never gets old is the Winter Train and Village right here in the Armory. And just like those Legos, the construction of this display is complicated, but the end result always brings smiles. Producer Randy Ng takes a look.
We are in front of the Winter Train and Village, and this has been part of Seattle Center Winterfest since 1975. The train set was built by 3 Boeing engineers using airplane motors in the 1950s. And then they actually started building the buildings that you see here to depict an 1800s village. They displayed it at the Northgate Mall up until the 1962 World's Fair. And then it got put away, and then it came out again in the 1970s and came to Seattle Center. And then over the years, we've added buildings. The most striking building that we've added is way at the back, and that's a replica of King Street Station. We have actually a group of people that come in November every year and put this together. We store all of the different elements of Winter Train and Village, and then they need to take them all out. They put together the platform that you see that's about 40 feet long it sits on, and then they start to bring all the buildings out of storage and place them, all the ponds and the white snow made out of cotton and the trees and all the people that you see, the little figurines inside Winter Train and Village.
The gauge is called G gauge. This is the largest size of model train that you cannot ride, sit on and ride. There are larger scales, but this is the largest scale that is just remotely operated. These have been adapted to where you don't need track power, and they carry batteries. I enjoy working with the youngsters. I'm starting to get repeat customers, adults who now bring their kids and say, your grandpa, your grandma brought me down. Now I'm a parent and I'm now get to bring you down to run a train. I get enjoyment of just setting a train on a track and watching it go around and mesmerizing you, if you want to call it that.
I just love watching these trains. I could watch them all day long. But we have so much more to bring you right now. So our next story puts the winter in Winterfest. It's a story that requires great skill, patience, and just the right touch. Producers Valerie Vaza and Kathy Tui bring us the story of a world champion ice carver at work.
My name is Chan Kidbury, and I'm a mail carrier at Marysville Post Office and ice sculptor.
How do you make that ice? Wow! Have you ever seen ice that big? No, never.
Today I'm going to do an abstract piece for the Seattle Center. It's more fun to do the abstract piece because you can just go with the flow. The first part is the design, which to me I think is the hardest part to do. It took me maybe like a week to come up with something.
Really cool.
The engineering part, you want to be able to think outside the block because the block is just 10 by 20 by 40. You cut the smaller pieces, it works, and then you expand it out of that perimeter. The third part is probably easier to do, is doing the carving. This is my favorite tool. It's called a bullet burr. This is like a really versatile.
It looks very dangerous.
Yeah. My brother got me into it. He was a chef and he needed an ice sculptor for his catering company there. So he taught me how to do it. That's how I got into it. I do from single block, 300 pounds, simple carving like swan or kissing doves on a heart. Those are just for weddings. I normally go to competition for big block. The big block of ice maybe like 6 by 3 by 4. Guardian of the Deep, I did this sculpture with my teammate, Dean Murray. We carving right on top of the frozen lake. So I was thinking about some theme that just like showing that something coming up from the lake would be cool to do. The hardest for the big ones has had to be the King Kong. It's like 30 feet tall, and we have like a plane hanging on his arm, and I had to work under the King Kong. I'm just so nervous that the plane gonna crash on top of me. I'm most proud of the clock of Salvador Dali. We joined with another team, 4-man team. That was in Fairbanks, Alaska. We won the world champion for that piece. I'm normally a shy person, but for ice carving, I have more confidence to show them what I'm capable of doing. I'm very comfortable to do that. Most people think ice is like fragile and if it breaks, it's over, but it's not true. You can put them back together. That's good. Ice carving teaches you how to be patient. Nothing is perfect anyway, so some of them like that are nice, just the way it is. And don't hold on to things because they don't last.
Just ahead, we venture to Woodland Park Zoo for a dazzling new display to light up your holidays. Also, a few simple reminders to ensure you stay safe during the season. Those stories next on CityStream.
You also want to check your wires.
You can illuminate your holidays with a different type of lighting experience by taking a trip to the Woodland Park Zoo. This is the zoo's popular Wild Lantern Show, a spectacular display of some 300 different lantern sculptures. The variety of creatures and the attention to detail is impressive. Each is made of fabric stretched over a frame, and some of them are huge. Adding to the fun, some of the lanterns even animate. For more information about timed entry tickets to Wild Lanterns and available dates, just go to Woodland Park Zoo's website, zoo.org. During the holidays, we all get a bit frazzled as we rush around and prepare for family gatherings and celebrations. It's easy to let our guard down and forget simple safety precautions. But firefighters across the region have your back. A few simple tips could be a real lifesaver. Producer Ian DeVere has the story.
I'm Catherine Bro, and I'm with the King County Fire Chiefs Association, and this is our holiday safety house. This house is designed to show us some of the hazards that you and your family might encounter this holiday season. We're going to look at ladder safety, including lights and how to properly position your ladder.
Every year, fire departments across the country respond to numerous calls for people that fell off of a ladder and suffered some injuries. A fall from even 4 feet up can actually be life-threatening. We're gonna move this around and see if we can't make it a little bit more stable. There we go. That's much better. Now that it's stable, it's gonna be a lot safer for me to climb. Now that I'm up here, you can see I have a lot more room to work and be able to access my lights and fix them. And I'm not leaning out and over the ladder, anything that would be unsafe. So this ladder is definitely the proper height for being able to work on these lights.
We're going to look at generator safety and carbon monoxide poisoning. Carbon monoxide poisoning is a deadly gas. It can be something that builds up in your home, and when using a generator, we never want to use them inside a shed, garage, or any other type of environment. Carbon monoxide actually builds up incredibly fast when using a generator, and today we're going to demonstrate that for you. So as you can see, we are not that far from our portable generator, and the carbon monoxide levels got dangerous within a minute. So if your portable generator is located anywhere near your home or somewhere where that's not properly ventilated, you could experience those signs and symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning fairly quickly. We want to look for dizziness, loss of consciousness, fatigue, vomiting, any of those signs and symptoms. We want to get out of the house immediately. If you're using a portable generator, always make sure it's far enough away from any type of open window, door, that it's safe to use. We recommend about 15 feet. We're going to go inside and look at heater safety.
You may want to heat your home with a portable space heater. But before you do so, we want to make sure you're operating these in a safe manner. First off, make sure you plug this directly into the wall. Do not plug this into an extension cord or a power strip, as that can be a fire hazard. The other thing too is make sure it's placed at least 3 feet away from anything that's combustible, whether that be blankets, curtains, or pillows. Also make sure that children and pets are a safe distance away from the heater, as it can cause burns.
We're going to look at cooking fires and some of the dangers you might encounter in the kitchen and how to prevent them.
So while we're cooking, especially if we're cooking with hot oil, you want to have a lid nearby, have it ready. And if you do get a grease fire in this pan, never ever throw water on it. If we throw water onto a grease fire, it's going to cause it to flare up, get up into your cabinets, it's going to splash out onto your countertops, and it can create a big fire. So never throw water on it. The best thing to do for a grease fire is to grab your lid and come at it from the side and slide it over your pan. Now you have a tight fitting seal, and all fires need oxygen to burn. And when you put this lid on it, you're depriving that fire of oxygen, and it will go out pretty soon.
We're going to look at electrical safety around our Christmas tree.
A lot of people tend to use some kind of weird extension cords and maybe even multiple prong adapters, and we just want to avoid those as much as possible. So we're just going to remove these out of here and clean it up a little bit. And then what we really want to do is we want to focus on plugging those directly into a plug bar.
And last of all, we're going to look at our smoke detectors and candle safety.
If you are deciding to light actual candles, what you want to make sure is that they're not placed too close to combustible objects. So what we'd recommend is that you move this candle away from the object, but also make sure that it's not too close to the edge where it could fall off. Additionally, when we have children around the house, they may be running around and they like to tug on things. So you want to make sure that kids aren't able to tug on the tablecloth where the candle would then fall and start a fire. It's really important that with smoke alarms that you have one installed in every bedroom in your house, on every floor of your house, and in the hallways right outside sleeping areas. Now, smoke alarms for testing, they should be tested every month. And the way to do this is to press the button on the smoke alarm, which I'm going to demonstrate now. Wait for it to chirp just like that, and now we know that this smoke alarm is working correctly.
So we might be doing this holiday safety house because we think of hanging lights and other things. But actually these are safety hazards all year round. We get up on ladders to clean out our gutters. We use our generators. Inside we're always cooking. We talk about fire extinguishers inside. That's something you should have in your house no matter what time of the year you're cooking.
And we have a mnemonic that we use. It's called PASS. It's pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. So they all have this little tab in here that the first thing you want to do is pull that out. That prevents, when it's in, from you accidentally discharging your extinguisher. So you're going to pull that out. You're going to take your hose and aim it at the base of the fire. You're going to squeeze the handle to discharge the extinguishing agent, and then you're going to sweep back and forth at the base of the fire to put that fire out. If you don't get it out right away, again, exit the home and call 911 and get the fire department coming.
We just want to make sure everybody's safe this holiday season. We're all getting together, we're all joining with families. The COVID pandemic is still ongoing. We want to enjoy each other, but we also want to make sure we're being safe about it.
And that wraps up this special edition of CityStream from Winterfest. As we enter another holiday season in a pandemic, we leave you with an enchanting view of Seattle. thanks to filmmaker Von Raymond. Happy holidays to all, and we wish you a joyous and healthy new year. I'm Enrique Cerna. Thank you for watching.